Welcome to OCAT Confidentiality, Building Client Trust. This training is for new OCAT users, OCAT trainers, or OCAT users who need help responding to client confidentiality concerns. By the end of this training, you should be able to explain OCAT's confidentiality features and policies, build trust so clients feel comfortable sharing personal information, and apply multiple strategies to ask sensitive questions with confidence. As a case manager, you have probably worked with clients who are reluctant to share personal information. Those clients have valid concerns about who has access to their personal information and what will be done with it. Taking time at the beginning of the appraisal to build trust and explain confidentiality procedures will help you accomplish your goal of obtaining a more thorough appraisal summary and recommendations, or ASR. To ensure a thorough ASR, you must first build client trust, which consists of two steps: establishing a partnership and building rapport. Once you have built client trust, you can then move on to explaining confidentiality procedures and conducting the interview. Often clients do not feel comfortable sharing information because they do not understand the purpose of the appraisal and how it could contribute to their employment goals. Establishing a partnership helps the client understand and take ownership of the appraisal process. The first step is explaining the appraisal process and its goals. Because clients are often mandated to participate in welfare-to-work activities, it is important to emphasize how participating can help them attain their employment goals. The appraisal allows the client and case manager to work together to develop an action plan tailored to the client's strengths and interests, while mitigating any potential barriers. A thorough appraisal sets the client up for success by integrating their interests and any potential challenges they face. Establish expectations for the appraisal up front so the client knows what to expect. Those expectations will include how long the appraisal will take and what types of information it will collect. Using we statements as you're describing the process and expectations will help build a sense of partnership between you and the client. Once you have built a partnership with your client and explained the process verbally, then it is a good time to discuss confidentiality. The OCAT Rights and Privacy Form thoroughly explains the purpose of OCAT and its confidentiality policies. Allow time for the client to read the form thoroughly and to ask any questions they may have. It is important to reiterate that everything discussed in the interview is confidential unless there is suspected elder or child abuse. Also emphasize that the client is not required to answer any questions that make them uncomfortable. If the client still has concerns after reading the Rights and Privacy Form, then you can give additional detail about OCAT's confidentiality features. Only the case manager and the case manager supervisors have access to client data collected during the appraisal. All the information is saved on an encrypted database. After establishing a partnership and explaining confidentiality, the next step is to build rapport with the client as you start the appraisal. Focus on strengths. The appraisal is an opportunity for the client to explore their skills and interests. Providing positive affirmations as the client shares this information builds off the client's strengths. Acknowledging positive information will help prepare the client for the more sensitive parts of the appraisal coming ahead. The employment section allows several opportunities to provide positive affirmations as clients share their skills and work experience. Use a conversational approach. Use intro phrases to ease transitions between sections and go with the flow of the conversation. Such phrases may include, "Next we will talk about," or "Let's look at." The appraisal does not need to be completed in any particular order. Being flexible and following the flow of what the client is comfortable sharing can help build rapport. The appraisal can start to feel more uncomfortable once you start moving into the more sensitive subject areas, like substance abuse, mental health, and domestic abuse. There are several techniques you can use to ask these sensitive questions with confidence. Use open-ended questions. This offers individuals the chance to formulate their own answers to their challenges and barriers, and allows you to gather more in-depth information. Using open-ended questions also allows you to reframe questions in the more sensitive sections. For example, saying, "Tell me about your lifestyle and social habits," could be a way to ease into a discussion about substance use without intimidating the client. Combining multiple questions allows you to save time in the interview and move through the topic areas more quickly. For example, if the client has children, you could say, "You have 2 children living at home with you, right? Do any of them have disabilities or special needs? Have there been any health or mental health concerns?" Combining these 3 questions only takes about 5 seconds, but covers a lot of the questions about childcare in the appraisal. Watch for body language. Use your skills and expertise to gather additional information by watching, sensing, and listening as the client shares information. Behaviors and actions may be different from the words that the client is saying. Watch for demeanor changes in your client. Are they less forthcoming? Do they appear nervous? To be able to observe body language effectively, it is important to position yourself so you can easily make eye contact with the client while being able to view the appraisal. Use the stop, drop, and roll technique. If you sense that the client is uncomfortable with a question, then you can use the stop, drop, and roll technique. The first step is to stop looking at the screen so you can make eye contact with the client. Then you drop the specific question for a moment and roll them back into a more natural conversation. You can explain the purpose of the questions or mention that easier questions will be next. For example, you could say, "I know that some of these questions may seem intrusive, but we only have a few more, and then I'd like to hear more about how you spend your free time." In conclusion, the investment you make in building trust with the client at the beginning of the appraisal will help you handle the more sensitive questions at the end. To build that trust, it helps to explain the confidentiality procedures up front and use motivational interviewing techniques to make the client feel comfortable and in control during the appraisal. Your payoff will be a more thorough ASR that positions your client for success. We have included 2 individual exercises for you to apply your skills, as well as a link to the OCAT Learning Center for more information. For this first exercise, think about the most frequent concerns your clients have when they come in for an appraisal. How would you respond to their concerns, given what you have learned in this training? Write a response that you could use to make your clients feel at ease and invested in the appraisal process. For this second exercise, look through the appraisal and come up with 5 examples of combined questions that you could use for the following sensitive topics: general health, emotional or mental health, substance use, domestic abuse, and relationships. Let us know how you did. Comment in the Coach's Corner about any challenges you faced or breakthroughs you had while working on these exercises. The Coach's Corner is located in the OCAT Learning Center in the Help and Support section. If you would like more information about conducting OCAT appraisals, please visit the OCAT Learning Center using the link below. We have a variety of resources available, including handouts and training videos. We also have additional trainings available in the Learning Center, such as motivational interviewing and generating an ASR. As always, feel free to contact the OCAT Help Desk, whether you have questions about specific tool functionality or you want more guidance on how you can use OCAT to engage better with your clients. Thank you.